My Carnage welder is my go-to welder. You want to see how easy it is to get to?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. We've got the fastest deployable welder. A Carnage welder is a wire feed welder. It's basically batteries and everything inside of a box. It's quick deployment. Just take out the case, open it up, turn it on, and you're ready to start welding. No pulling batteries or getting cables out. It's literally 30 seconds and you're up and ready to weld.
It's very user-friendly, awesome penetration on the welds. The first weekend I was out with it, I had to use it, and it's the only reason I was able to complete the second course in my competition.
If you're ranching and farming, you have to have a Carnage welder in your tool bag.
If you're a hunter and you're off the grid, the Carnage welder is going to be a necessary tool. If you break, let's fix it. 10 minutes later, let's get back on the trail and let's try whatever you broke it on again.
I'm able to utilize that in so many different aspects of my life.
I always carry a Carnage welder as a part of my off-road gear.
Pack it wherever you need to, flip a switch, hook up a ground, and start welding. It's that simple.
We've chased checkered flags through dust, rocks, mud, and worse. We've crowned champions, racked up wins in places where tires go to die. And we're still just getting started. From hammering at hammers to Baja bangers. If it's brutal, beautiful, or just plain ridiculous, we're there. So whether you're bombing through the desert or just dodging potholes in rush hour, tread victoriously with Maxxis tires, built for whatever you're chasing.
Check. All right, I think that's working.
All right.
I think we are live right there.
I see us. All right, hey, thanks for tuning in, guys. Welcome to another WERock Wednesday presented by Laser Nut. We have Nate Hurst on with us tonight with all the details for the Delta Classic Rock Crawl this weekend. But first, a huge shout out to Maxxis Tires, Behemoth Drivetrain, Drive Shaft Specialist of San Antonio, Spider Tracks Off-Road, Carnage Welders, Crown Automotive, Axle Helmets, Tire Right, Metal Cloak Suspension, Brannick Motorsports, and Raceline Wheels. We are about 4 weeks away from kicking off the Eastern Series at the Good Evening Ranch in Canvas, West Virginia, just outside of Summersville, right there. Incredible park, beautiful area. Super excited to have everybody out there. Quick reminder that you can get your tickets online right now. For the pre-sale, you can get 20% off by using WERock 25 and E1 for Eastern Series Round 1. If you guys are interested in vending or coming out or volunteering to judge, hit us up on any of the social medias, emails, text message machines, whatever you got. So let us know on there. I don't think we've got much to talk about West Virginia right now. We'll wait till we get a little bit closer to dive into that. But I will give you just a real quick heads up. Caleb didn't get to go. He was stuck here in Kansas City, but I was able to go out to Moon Rocks and check that place out. It's my first time out there, you know, one of those historical places of rock crawling over the years. And we are super excited to be back out there. It is going to be incredible. Just to give you a quick heads up as to the how that's going to work, we'll get a graphic put together and make sure we get that posted as well with that information. And I'll double check the event page and make sure it's got the correct information on there as well. But Friday is going to be tech and registration and Brannick hot dogs and hamburgers.
Yep, Brannick, or we call it like a Brannick brunch.
Brannick brunch?
Brannick brunch, yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll toss in some hash browns on there too. That'll be pretty nice.
Yeah.
It'll be late for us though. So, but it will be noon to 4. 5 p.m. will be the driver's meeting, and then 6 p.m. will be the event start. We will have things laid out there as how we would like you guys to park if you want to park in the close parking area, because we've got quite a few vendors signed up already. So we want to make sure that we maximize the amount of space that we have for everybody to be as close to the courses as possible. So super exciting to get out there and check out the place. And I was so bummed that you weren't there, because you are going to lose your mind the first time we get out there. That place is insane, and it's got B7. I'll show you where that is. We'll have to set that, because that is a historic obstacle there at the WERock's venue. So that one's coming up the end of July. It will be a night event, Friday and Saturday. So make sure you guys get signed up for that one as well. We may end up capping registration for that one. We'll have to take a look. I haven't looked for a couple weeks, but we've already had a ton of people signed up for that event. So it is going to be epic. Do not miss it. Tell your friends, bring your friends, both of them. I don't know. All right, so that's kind of the business side of things that I have for you guys tonight. But we are going to jump into tonight's guest, Nate Hurst, and we will talk everything about this weekend's Delta Classic Rock Crawl. So with that, Nate, welcome to WERock Wednesday.
Thanks, guys. Good to be here. Longtime fan, first time participator.
Yeah.
Also, I think it could be Brannick and Brats or something like that.
Oh, Brannick and Brats.
Bratwurst with Brannick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The brunch thing's nice. You're right.
Brunch.
It is a little late for brunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on what time you get up.
It does, yeah. Yeah.
That's true. I think a lot of brunch goers are, partying the night before, getting up late.
Yeah.
So.
We will have an epic Brannick party at the Badlands in Indiana coming up in August as well. We'll have the whole Brannick crew down there for that, and that's going to be a ton of fun. So,
Awesome.
Plus we're going to have a UTV shootout, completely foreign format to what we do for any other event.
Yeah,
so
anything else. It's
something completely new that we're going to try with a Friday night comp, a day comp, and the shootout we'll have the UTV shootout and the regular shootout Saturday night under the lights. So that one's going to be pretty epic. Be a long day, but it'll be fun.
Like it.
Well,
Sounds
enough about
awesome.
our gibberish over here. Tell us what you got going on with the DCRC. It's coming up this weekend.
Yeah. So Friday and Saturday. So it is a little different, being that it's a Friday and Saturday day event. So different from WERock typical structure. But yeah, Saturday or Friday rather, we start at 1 p.m. So we do all the registration and tech and everything on site right before it. So that's not stressful at all. I don't know how you guys feel about wondering how many people are going to show up, but without us doing any pre-registration, I'm just I'll be calling or texting Ryan for the couple weeks before the event and be like, dude, is anybody coming out? Do we know anybody's coming? Because all you hear about, or at least all I hear about, is the people that aren't going to be there. People will just be like, hey, I heard so-and-so's not coming. That's all you hear about. So the people that are tried and true, old reliable, that show up every year, they don't say anything. They're just going to show up. And so I have to remind myself all the time, this event's grown year over year. Every single year we've gotten more competitors. So let's just hope the people show up and it makes all the work worth it. But yeah, so Friday we start at 1 p.m. and depending on how many, just like you guys, the sportsman level competitors, it always takes longer to get them through courses. So hopefully we're done by 5 or 6 p.m. on Friday night. Like I was mentioning to you, Caleb, we do 8 separate courses. So that helps with not having to cram everyone through courses. But and then Saturday we get up and start at 10 a.m. and go until 5 or so and have award ceremony. So, but it's a blast. We really, it's a lot of work, as you guys know. I mean, I swear we need to have, you know how there's all these ridiculous holidays on the calendar? Like,
Yeah.
it'll be like, get ice cream with your dog day or something like that. We need to, like, give your local rock crawling, I don't even know what to call ourselves, organizer or whatever, event promoter, give them a hug day. Like, because it's a lot of work. It is, but it's awesome. So,
Well, you guys do. I mean, it's such a blast. So one of the big things that I know is happening is Taylor Harper,
Yep.
Laura Liner,
Yep.
and then who else? Oh, probably Leah, Logan.
yeah, I think so.
So they're all the wives are driving. And I've heard that we need to keep an eye out for what the spotters will be wearing. So,
Oh my goodness, I hadn't heard that.
I'm super excited to see what.
I'm not surprised. Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like it's such a fun atmosphere that you guys have created out there. You typically have a bunch of other stuff going on in addition to the rock crawl. Do you guys have extra stuff going on this year? Or is
Yeah. So Ryan and I and Jeff, our other partner, we don't put on the mower races or the rock race. It's basically like your typical people that come out to the event. They've been doing it for years, even longer than us. We ask them like, hey, if you guys want to do a mower race or a mini bike race or a rock race, like we will gladly just hand that over to you because it's, as you know, it's just a lot to do the rock crawling portion. And I mean, my heart's not in mower racing, like, not even a little bit. I can't even watch it. I think it's pretty boring. But they do have fun. There are people wearing ridiculous costumes. There's rollovers. Like we had good jokes one year because Todd Young in one of the videos he like flopped his mower, and I'm like, oh dang, he's already got one leg. Like he can't lose another one to a riding mower accident.
Oh
which is
man!
fun because Todd would kick the crap out of me with his one leg. So
Right.
yeah. If he wasn't so nice, but yeah, there are other events. People are usually screwing around at night, having fun. It's a little bit of a party for sure. I park far away from that because I'm done at the end of it each night. But yeah, it's a blast. And I mean, obviously the man-made courses are very different from what we see. Do you guys have any courses you use back east that are man-made?
We used Roush Creek.
Yeah, we did Roush Creek.
Okay.
That was my first time setting Shot Creek courses, man-made stuff. So that was, it's different setting those courses, and it's I know from when I went out there, everything I heard about Roush was, hey, we've outgrown it at this point, and like, what can you do to make it hard? Like, it's been easy. So if you were out at Roush, you knew I did not make it easy, and I made it probably as hard as you could. Rollovers and everything was a side hill. That's really what that ended up being.
That's what we end up doing too with, like you said, shotcrete, like perfect traction, like almost too much traction. You can throw some real ridiculous stuff. And with moon buggies, like we're just like, what would be really stupid to make people do? And let's do that. Like that was our first year designing courses, me and Ryan. And that's why we had people turn around on top of the tube, which was like, oh man, I was busy over judging courses on the far side, but I'm like, I don't even know if anyone's going to do this well. Like if it's going to be sketchy, someone's going to roll off it and die. Like just the type of stuff you have to think about as the promoter, which spectators are like, I hope that guy rolls. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah.
And you're like, I hope no one gets hurt. And
I don't mind rollovers, especially because we have two big old huge telehandlers that literally just pick people up, call them the crane of shame. Like, that is one thing I wish we could have at every event.
Oh
like,
my
gosh. So nice.
Yeah, we had a big excavator. So we ran the WERock series out of Hannibal, Missouri. Big quarry. Tom Wombles had, he did excavation work. So he had a huge excavator on site. And yeah, I've been on the hook of the crane of shame a number of times there, but man, it was so easy just to reach out there and pick somebody up and set them over to the side and get the program moving back again.
So nice. Yeah. And that's another thing that I really like on that topic about Delta is it's literally like it's the county fairgrounds, which how awesome is your county if this is what they do at their fairgrounds, right? Build rock crawling courses, but Millard County's the best, but it's just a flat like dirt parking lot and they built rock courses in the middle of it. And so like spectators could walk all the way around 360 degrees on every course, like, and that has just proven to be such a cool thing for people pushing strollers and wheelchairs, and it's just really nice to be able to do that for sure. We love the family friendly vibe. Like it's just different. It's a cool event.
Yeah. Yeah. That was, same thing with Cedar. We had, somebody post on one of our pages and, they're like, man, I sure wish this was handicap accessible. I'm like, dude, like this is the most handicap accessible. Like you can come park right at the course and even, you don't have to get out of your car if you don't want to. Yeah.
Yeah, Cedar's about as good as it gets as far as just thinking about WERock sites, right? Like,
yeah.
There's some Farmington ones that are pretty accessible, but Cedar is really nice. So I'm sorry they felt that way.
Yeah. It's like, well, obviously you haven't been to Cedar because like that's a good one. And the same thing with Delta is like having that
is really good. Baghdad is.
Yeah, that's something we're all we think about as well as accessibility because we don't want to exclude anybody, but. So we went to Grand Nationals, 2010, maybe 2011, out at Tooele. So I've been to I guess it's not Miller anymore. It's Utah Motorsports.
Utah
something.
Motorsports.
Yeah.
I think it might have even changed since then.
So I'm familiar with that man-made course, that they have out there. How does Delta compare to what Tooele has?
So apparently they've gotten rid of a lot of the stuff at Miller, is what I've heard, to make room for other tracks for like the Raptor experience and stuff. But I actually had the cool experience in 2000, I think it was 2010 or 11 as well, that you used to be able to go out there, and I'm like 40 minutes away from there. You used to be able to drive out there and pay, it was 10 or 15 bucks, and you can play on those rocks. Like, It was the coolest thing ever. I was still daily driving an XJ, drove out there and just wheeled around with my friends. They're like pretty much when the sun goes down, you have to leave. And we're like, what? Like half a day out there screwing around, until someone breaks something. But similar in the way that there's only so much you can do with man-made courses, piling up dirt and shotcreting it, making cool, like a lot of it is V-notches, which I love. They did have a lot of cool terrain out there, and it makes me sad that they've gotten rid of some of it. We've talked with like a friend of an acquaintance that said, hey, they would let you guys do an event out here. And I'm like, dude, are there enough rocks? That's like my nightmare. Like, not enough rock. If you don't have good obstacles, you're not going to have a good event. So
yeah, for sure.
It's sad that stuff's gone. And then they also had all of the rock course stuff out at Rocky Mountain Raceway, which is now completely gone.
Oh, wow.
That was even closer to me. That was like super crawl back in the day. Thousands of people there. Like, that was probably like 05 or 06. Like
OG stuff there.
Cool stuff. Yeah. Like the heyday stuff. But
Well, I don't know. I mean, you guys doing what you're doing in that area, obviously, most of our Western Series competitors are coming out of that St. George area for the most part. So, I mean, giving those guys more opportunities to get out, I think, it is better for everybody. So
it's always cool to see our competitors posting about the Delta Classic. How many of them have roots starting there?
Oh yeah, Tyler Harper.
Yeah.
I know that was one of his, and there was somebody else on that same thread that they said,
that
that's the only rock crawl I've ever done was the Delta Classic rock crawl, and I'm super excited that you guys were able to step in. I didn't want to make another trip out west, so I love it out there, but there's so much travel in what we do the way that it is.
Sure.
So I'm so excited that you guys are continuing to put on that event and and keeping it fun for everybody too. We don't have feeders. Any regional series, like low key fun stuff, I guess it's like where people don't feel pressured into because it's a series or something. I don't know. I don't know there's a lot of people that have fears of joining us, so I don't know what that is, but I'm glad that you guys provide that opportunity for people to come out, have fun, and not have to worry about, really anything else other than having fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what everybody says is it's more of a for fun event, but man, people still definitely want to win. As Caleb said. Like, no one's coming out there like, I don't care if I get last place. No, everybody wants to win for sure. It may be more casual than WERock, but people actually use that, and it has always bugged me. Use it as an excuse to not go to WERock events. Like I feel like it'd be too serious for me, and I'm like, dude. Delta's plenty serious. Trust me.
Right.
You're not.
I looked over at the sportsman courses in Cedar, and Taylor Swift was on there. So how serious can it really be?
Right. Like the worst shirt ever made. But for real, like I tell people all the time, like, dude, you love Delta. I've seen you out here for years. Like, get your butt to a WERock event, because it is one of those things where, dude, it's the rising tide lifts all boats. Like, I want people to come out and enjoy WERock with us, with you guys. And I don't know, it's silly to think that Delta is all for fun and you can't go ahead and move your competition skills to another series. Like, dude, yeah.
Your shirt's the perfect, the perfect example of the fact that we still have fun at WERock events. Craig Allen, obviously thinking of your love for Taylor Swift, found the perfect T-shirt for you. So
I apparently had it for like 2 years and kept forgetting to bring it.
That definitely sounds like Craig.
It makes it even better for sure. Like,
right?
He's just been thinking of you for that long.
Which is that's really sweet of Craig for sure.
Yeah. Man.
WERock's the best. I tell people always to come out. Like, dude, there's no more fun out there than competition to me. So
right. Well, and that's something that really has kind of been our theme so far this year. We had Caitlin on, we had Brett Dickey on, and I've had conversations with Dave Wong. He's just very, very serious, and Caitlin's like, we just go out and have fun. And like when we're having fun, things go better. It's such a weird motorsport. There's nothing else I've seen like it. Most of the time, like the more testosterone you have racing, the better it is. The more testosterone you have in rock crawling, typically the worse you do.
Way worse. Yeah. So it's funny you bring up Caitlin, because actually, so Kevin got into rock crawling. I spotted for him in Delta. Man, that was probably like 2018 or something like that. It's been a long time, but I got him into Delta, and that led to him and Caitlin getting into WERock. And it's just nice to see all that. And I think Brett's first event was actually Delta. This has only been a few years, but it feels like forever.
Yeah,
I think his first event was Delta as well. So, and obviously now that kid's gonna rule the world at some point.
Right?
It's good, man. I'm jealous of the kids, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's what's so crazy with our demographic now is you look at the sportsman side, and what's the number of portal cars that we have in the sportsman side that are, typically.
I mean, you have five or six. Like portal moon buggies, and they're all kids.
Yeah. Yep.
So funny thing about that is I brought my boys. This is the first event. Cedar was the first event my boys had been to. They're 12 and 9. That wasn't Delta. They always come to Delta. And I was like, dude, I'm just going to bring you guys down. Like, now Ryan's whole family is there since Brooklyn's competing. I was like, boys, we're going rock crawling. And they love rock crawling. But after the first day of watching all the kids in moon buggies, my boys were like, Dad, I want a moon buggy. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but you were born into the wrong family. But I started actually feeling bad. Like, man, like I just feel like I don't do enough for my kids. Like, I can't get them moon buggies. And then I had this aha moment, like, what a ridiculous standard to hold yourself to. Like,
yeah.
These
Yeah,
kids
yeah.
driving these $100,000+ moon buggies, like, no, that is insane to feel bad about that. Like,
Yeah, I did. I'm in the same boat. I built Caleb a moon buggy.
Yeah.
Jesse Haynes chassis, portal axle, all the bells and whistles, and then I had to sell that in order to, fund our new business purchase. But
yeah.
fortunately, I have another one in the garage now that again is being sold to fund more business stuff. Maybe one of these days. Maybe I'll build
Caleb,
me a portal car.
sorry, your dad doesn't love you enough, Caleb, to give you a moon buggy. You and my kids do not love them enough.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
So
what
ridiculous.
it's so, but it is so cool that
Oh yeah.
the same with Ryan and Brooklyn, working together. It's such great time, and whether it's competitive, there's such good lessons to be learned from anything competitive, but just the family time, whether you're on the trails or you're competing, whatever it is, anytime you can spend, with your family together, that's time that is irreplaceable in my opinion. So.
Yeah, and competing really is important for kids. Kids are playing baseball and I played every freaking sport growing up, right? That was just normal. We all did. And kids are playing less and less team sports now, it seems like. And so for me, in my opinion, for them to get any type of competition is important. Like important life skills are learned for sure. Like
Right.
you learn a lot. Even though people might think rock crawling, like what life skills is that going to teach me? It's going to teach you stuff for sure. Communication, if only communication, like let's go with that.
Yeah, no, I mean, you have to be able to communicate under pressure too.
Oh, yeah.
Receive information, process it, execute. All of that has to
60
take
things
place
at once.
Yeah, and we've decided. So
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe like Formula One cars, Indy cars. I don't. Outside of that, I don't know of another vehicle that is as complicated to operate as a full-blown comp rig.
Yeah. Yeah, you add a rear steer to it, and that's a whole nother angle. Like, because all the other ones don't have that. They may have lots of buttons and knobs, but
Yeah.
all the race cars have co-drivers. They're doing a lot of the buttons and knobs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
And now
doing
you
your
get
own rear steering yourself.
Yeah.
all of the buttons, your lockers, your winches, transfer case, rear steer. That's all one person.
Yeah. And now shocks, and
And now shocks. Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Spoiled kids, man.
Lewis says they will be driving XJs. So you definitely have some sort of weird fetish for XJs.
Yep.
So is that what
Absolutely.
what you started wheeling in, I assume?
Yeah, so I mean, I kind of wheeled every car I had. I had a 1990 Geo Metro, wheeled that a little
Oh, yeah,
bit,
yeah.
obviously. And then I had an Isuzu Trooper, wheeled terribly. IFS is the worst. Sorry, Toyota guys. And then my brother bought a two-door XJ, and it was freaking sweet. And I was still in high school, and his girlfriend didn't like it because it made her have to pee because it was bumpy. And so I was able to get that thing off of him for less than there. Dude, that was a 92, and that would have been 2001 that I bought it, and I bought it off him for $5,000, and it was like mint.
Yeah.
And now 32-year-old Jeeps are selling for like $7,000, and it upsets me. But
Right.
how they've gone up in value is insane. Thanks, Obama. But I started wheeling an XJ for sure. Took it down to Moab to Jeep Safari 1 year. Didn't know anything. Sloughed school to go down there, and just the rest is history. It's just they're the best. Like I don't know how else to put it. And there are a lot of non-believers out there. I don't care, man. I love it. And I picked up a 93 last year just to drive around from my buddy's dad. And dude, I love it. Like I park my nice Cummins and just drive that XJ. Like I could get rid of the truck if I didn't have stuff to tow, and I could just drive an XJ every day and not even care. So
That's
but
awesome.
sure, just think. Yeah, I love them. They're the best. Dude, they just perform the best. That's
Yep.
it.
So what was your first comp experience?
So it was Delta 2014. Ryan actually talked me into it. I think I met him in like 12 or 13, and he competed in 2013. And I just always wanted to try it. I went to some of the competitions local to here, like we were talking about earlier, in like 2006, 2007, and just thought this is the coolest thing. Like I wish I could do this. but it felt like equivalent to me. It felt like seeing the UFC and being like, oh man, I wish I could be an MMA fighter. Like so unreachable, right? Like, no, you're never going to be a world champion MMA fighter. Sorry. It felt just like that to me. Like, dude, I would never be able to do this. Like, how? But then Ryan was like, hey, there's an event in Delta you should go to. And yeah, the rest is history. I went out there 2014 and competed. And I had another buddy spot for me that it was one of my jeeping buddies. And then the next year I got like 4th place or something like that in stock class. Then the next year I competed again with that same buddy spotting for me, and we won. And they also did the race back then. We actually won in overall points. So it was awesome. I made like $1,000 or something, like outlandish, like a lot of money for like,
yep.
You know, like I was like a newlywed, hadn't been married for that long, like just got into my own house, and do $1,000 for rock crawling was like tip top right there. Like I was on cloud 9. And then after that, riding that high, they had a WERock event coming up, and I'd never done WERock, and it still felt out of reach. But they had a Rangeley event coming up in June, which was just a couple weeks later. And I texted my buddy Mike that was spotting for me and said, hey, do you want to go to Rangeley? And he's like, no. His text back to me literally just said no. And I was like, oh, cool. And so I was like, who do I know that's an idiot that would like to get into this life with me? And Ryan popped right into my head. And I didn't know him all that well at that point. Like we'd been on a couple wheeling trips and stuff, and he's like, hell yeah, let's do it. And he pointed out the other day that coming up in June will be 10 years of our spotterversary, I think he called it.
Oh, okay.
So, which is now a word. So you guys are welcome.
Yep.
But pretty crazy. He's really been my only spotter. I had Kevin fill in for him at Cedar City once when Ryan was on a cruise. But yeah, we've just been spotting for each other ever since. And that's the way it started. Like
I'll never forget the first time that we got paid at a rock crawling event, and I was like, holy crap, we just got paid to go rock crawling. Like it was the biggest scam I'd ever been a part of. I was like, oh my gosh, it was so cool.
You just like take the money and be like, are you sure? And then they say yes, and you just like run. Like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, we better get out of here before they want that back.
On Facebook today, we were joking about big checks. Someone said something about big checks, and Jeremy Winters posted up his picture with his in the back of his car, like Happy Gilmore, like he's going to buy Grandma's house back. I still have a Super Crawl one, a big old huge check. And dude, it was $45. Dude, that's like one of my favorite things on the wall.
That check is probably worth more than the $45 that it's.
That's what Jeremy said. Is the check itself costs more?
Yeah.
I don't care. It's amazing.
Oh, that's so rad. Yeah, I wish we had big checks. That'd be cool too. But we don't, because we hand out cash money.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing is that there was an envelope with it, and we had to leave the event early because Reno's kind of far by our standards, and we left the event early. So like Tacoma brought it home because he lived over by Ryan, and he gave Ryan the envelope, and it took me like 2 years to finally get it from Ryan. And I was like, dude, like Supercrawl doesn't even exist anymore. I'm gonna like ruin Jesse's bank account, overdraw it if I cash this check. And then he got it to me, and it was cash in there the whole time. And I'm like, oh. And I still owe Ryan a steak dinner, because I promised him a steak dinner after that event with my big check.
Yeah.
So
nice.
He's going to collect one day.
Should have took it to the restaurant and see if they would take it.
Just sign this over to you.
Here you go. I made it out to cash. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It'd be worthwhile.
And now it's not. Now $45 is not getting a steak dinner. That's like a McDonald's dinner.
Yeah.
So yeah. Sorry, Ryan.
Right. Oh man. What else do we had? Oh, Veronica was on here. She's we were talking about the high-end cars, but she said that's Rich Peachable stuff. But do want to say hi to Veronica. She is back home. So glad to hear that she's out of the hospital and hopefully on the mend. So we're great to see that. Dwayne says he's got a rear steer car for sale, super cheap. He unfortunately needs to move the car pretty quick. So if anybody's interested in that, make sure you hit up Dwayne and try and help him out there if you guys are interested at all. So. But
yeah, if anybody asks me, I'll say, hey, Dwayne has one. So it's a cool car.
It is a cool car, and it's an awesome trail wheeler, which is the best part of that pro trail kind of class.
Yep.
With that, one of the questions I wanted to ask you was about classes for Delta. What are the requirements that you need or anything like that for competing there?
So pretty much the same as WERock. In fact, I think we have a lot of we use Supercrawl rules for the points.
Yeah, which was a direct copy of the WERock rules.
Some of it was actually the classes and stuff were, and he also took some stuff from the old school rock crawl, which is what Delta was beforehand when Craig started it. But yeah, it's pretty much the same. You got to have fire extinguishers. Anything like in stock class, I might allow people to use just regular belts their first year, but I try to avoid that for sure. Got to have DOT helmets. I already said fire extinguishers, right? In stock class, if they don't have a metal roof, we'll let that slide the first year as long as they have a top. Pretty standard stuff, really.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more lenient because it's all in more of a controlled environment than a WERock. Comp, let's say, like rolling down a whole hillside is going to be a little bit more severe than just rolling one time or flopping one time. But yeah, pretty much the same. And then classes are stock, Legends class, which is really pretty close to a Sportsman B for the most part. Actually, no, Buggy Light's more of Sportsman B. But yeah, we have all the classes that anyone that wants to come out and compete, I guarantee will find a class for you. We're able to break up. Actually, Sportsman B is closer to Buggy Light, which is the easier courses, stock Legends courses. And then we broke it up into a drag axle class and a rear steer class. So it also gets kind of Sportsman A-ish as well. But yeah, we want to make sure that people that are newer to buggies and don't want to do the pro level stuff, they have somewhere to be, which has been a great addition to WERock, of course. Like making sure everyone has a class is really important because we want people to be comfortable. And a lot of times that seems to be what keeps people from coming out is not realizing that they'll be fine. We'll find a place for you. You'll be with a group of people that will help you succeed. It's just a good environment for sure.
Yeah, and you guys bring that same attitude into the WERock side of things, and I definitely want to thank you for that. You're always willing to help somebody out or jump in and judge or whatever it takes to to make new people feel good there too, and we really appreciate that.
Yeah, we joke that we're the worst judges that exist because even when we're doing WERock and we started judging each other in Sportsman, me and Ryan will be judging a guy and I'll be like standing there with the clipboard and the guy will be coming towards the cone and I'm like, whoa. Like, you're going to hit a cone. Like, you just naturally do it. When you're a spotter and you're on course and someone's going to hit a cone.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm a spotter, that's what I do, right?
Right.
When I have my judge hat on, it doesn't matter. Someone's going to hit a cone. I'm like, hey, man, you're going to hit a cone.
Oh,
and
it's
then
the worst.
Ryan's on the other side of the rig being like, hey, reverse rear burn.
Right.
We're the worst judges.
Yeah, well, and we're that same way, like we want to see everybody do well and, and learn all those new tricks and things like that. It's like, oh man, it's so hard to I watch them not do something when there's a better way to do it. Right. It's like, hey, here's something I'll try to wait till they get off course and be like, all right, this is something you could have tried here that might have worked.
Should have tried. Yeah.
And dude, after courses, same thing with me. I've told people like, hey, do you want me to tell you what I would have done? And sometimes people just roll their eyes like, oh, I hate this guy. And other times they're like, yeah, what would you have done differently? And I'm like, dude, so I would have driven past it and backed up. And I always tell people use all of your reverse.
Yes.
If you put that thing in reverse, go as far back as you possibly can. Use every little bit of it that you can. Because I see people on course back up 2 feet. I'm like, dude, you're not even positioned better than you were before you reversed. Use it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just what it is when you're an enthusiast. We're rock crawling dorks. And you guys are the same. It's hard to see people make mistakes and not want to step in and be like, hey, no, next time do this.
Yeah.
But sometimes, like I said, they're like, shut up.
Right. And you guys are using the Supercrawl scoring system?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Right on.
Yep. Yeah, we just when that came out, we liked the positive point thing.
Yes.
I think I think the majority of that reason is because I hate hearing people say it's scored like golf. Because I hate golf. Golf is the worst. I don't care who hears me say it. Like my neighbor across the street, he's an avid golfer. He loves golf. He's also a freaking dentist. You know, like have fun playing golf, man. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna be in the garage welding on stuff. Like,
Yeah.
whatever floats your boat. But golf, comparing golf scoring to rock crawling scoring, no, don't like it. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is something that the WERock scoring, it may get changed one day. We don't know. We've talked about it. It's nothing close enough to where we're ready to wholesale anything yet. But
Sure.
I do like, when you go through the gate, you either get credit for it or you don't.
Mhm.
Like, that's such an easy way of organizing things. And
well,
it's
people
like,
ask me too, like how's it different from WERock? And I'm like, dude, don't hit cones and don't use
Yeah.
reverses. It's the same thing. Like,
right. Yeah.
Your
At the end of the
goals
day,
are
it's the same.
the only real difference, except you guys just changed this, was that you got credit for your bonuses even if you didn't finish the course. But you guys just changed that, which I totally approve of that. I like it. I think it's a good rule because it promotes technical rock crawling, right? Like doing hard stuff.
Yeah.
Because if you don't finish the course, you still get your bonus points. Like, at least you're getting rewarded for doing a harder line. So
Yeah. And at some point, it could be a strategy of doing that, a bonus, and not finishing the course or whatever the case may be. I mean,
it's always depends on how the course goes. But I know in Pro Mod, and there's a few times in Cedar City, there was talk about, well, if this course isn't finishable, let's do the bonus and try and get those points instead of finishing the course.
Yeah.
Exactly. I like it. I like the strategy. Sometimes it makes my head hurt when we're on course. Back when we were doing pro stuff, like trying to worry about like other people, like Chris, he always knows what everyone's scores are and what they need, like what the gap is between them. Me and Ryan, even when we're doing unlimited, we're just like, let's go out and not suck. Like,
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's we're trying to get moved over to the online scoring, and we've spent a bunch of money to do that, and it's still not working correctly yet. Like, I still can't enter the score from my phone like we're supposed to be able to. So
I've always thought that would be cool. So I appreciate you guys trying to innovate, because that would be sweet.
Yeah, because it does come down to you have to keep track of what everybody else is doing.
Mm-hmm.
And, because it is always that close.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if I want to get into that one.
Who said it?
It was either it's Catempsy Rocks, so it's either Shane or Randy. I'm assuming it's probably Randy, but he did come up with a pretty nice statement of the 2024 Texas Top Gun Shootout winner Jake Bowen won $10,000 more money than Kyle Chaney did at King of the Hammers this year.
I love it.
Yeah. I'm just reading that. I'm just reading that from the screen over here. I did not say anything.
That does not reflect the opinions of the host.
That is correct. I am not getting in that one at all. We're going to do the best to handle our business, and it has, as you know, it has enough issues. just taking care of your own stuff. I don't need to get anybody else's pool. Like,
did you guys see Jesse's comment on that thread about like everyone that hasn't even broken in the top 40 at KOH is like, well, I'm done. I'm not coming back out.
Yeah,
I thought that was so. Jesse's always so funny with little comments like that.
Right. Oh no, he's super witty. He's a very intelligent guy. And
Jebediah Smith in 1887, the first.
Oh
one to
yeah,
do
did
the-
you see the post? Yeah, that one was the
Or
best.
his
the comp wall in Cedar?
his podium speech. I'd like to thank Rich from the Trail Hero Music Fest. Just little digs at people that I love. Jesse's such a funny guy.
Yeah. He said, "Don't." Rich is proof. that he used to set the courses for WERock, but don't let that deter you from your real dreams of podiuming podium in the sportsman classes.
I was laughing my head off, dude.
Yeah, he's the best for sure. All right. The thing that I want to reiterate is this Friday, tech starts at 1 p.m. Is that correct?
12 p.m.
12 p.m.
Usually, yeah.
Okay.
And then the event starts at 1. Yeah.
Okay. So make sure everybody that you guys get out there. It is free to spectate too. So that's something of note as well. So come out and enjoy it.
Camp there too. Yeah. You can also camp there for free. Yeah. I should be better at saying this stuff, but here we are. My brain's pretty fried from trying to organize everything for the weekend.
Yeah, I know. We really needed to have you on last week because I know you're right in the thick of getting things ready for this weekend. But you got a whole nother day left. So
it's a ton of time. Yeah. Only a billion things to do, but no, none of it had to happen right now. And man, I'm glad to get on and talk about rock crawling with people at any time. So.
Yep. Well, we have definitely enjoyed competing with you guys over the years as well, and having you on tonight to talk about Delta. And thank you so much for keeping rock crawling alive out there and fun. So that's can't say thank you enough for all of that.
Same to you guys, man. Like I said, I appreciate the innovation, and I know all the work you guys are putting into WERock, and it's worth it. It's definitely an awesome organization, and the events, I love it. I mean, it's like the only vacation time I have on my calendar right now is pretty much rock crawling stuff, and that's an awesome way to live. So.
It is, and that's when when my wife passed away. That was things that we did was spend time in the car together, traveling to events, and that having that schedule made things happen. Where otherwise, if you don't have a schedule, I'll get to it next week, and then 2 years later, your car's not running, your buggy is not, still sitting in the garage. Man, we almost made it the whole time without bringing that up at all. I
almost brought it up a couple times. Be like, or I could work on my buggy. Nope. Yeah.
Yeah, but there is a lot of satisfaction from. Getting to take your passion and share that with all the people and provide a opportunity for them to enjoy something that means so much to you. So I get that.
Agreed. It's important it's such a, let's face it, all of us that go out and compete, it's such a big part of our personalities and our lives that my wife jokes that my new neighbor friends where we moved a couple of years ago, they don't even really know me yet because they haven't been wheeling with me. And she's right. They just know I'm a weird Taylor Swift fan that works in his garage a lot and out of lucky. What does that even mean, right?
Yeah.
And it's a big part of us, for sure, all of us. So.
Yep. Who else? I know you've got Ryan and you've got another partner as well to
Ryan
thank for that.
Jeff.
So, so tell those guys thank you as well. Is there anybody else that you guys have any sponsors or anybody that help you out for Delta?
Yeah, so Tread Lightly is our title sponsor, and man, it was the best title sponsor situation ever to exist. As you guys know, asking people for money never gets easier. It sucks so bad. And Tread Lightly actually reached out to us and was like, hey, we think your event is really cool. Could we sponsor you guys? And I'm like, what, is this a scam? Is this a Nigerian prince?
Right.
What's going on? But it has been such an awesome partnership.
Are we still referencing KOH, Brian Croft's?
Yeah. We definitely could. Apparently they don't sponsor enough.
Yeah.
But it's been such an awesome partnership because I've been a fan of Tread Lightly ever since my Boy Scout days. You learn about Tread Lightly and leaving no trace. And that's been an important thing to me with recreating locally, in Moab and Sand Hollow. You got to worry about the mark that you're leaving on the land. If you want this sport, this thing we enjoy to continue, outdoor recreation is very much a threat. And Tread Lightly is doing their best to educate people and to prevent the threats that we get from all sides. So I really couldn't be more thrilled with them sponsoring us. So, and then we got a bunch of little sponsors, but those guys are cool. But yeah, I don't think I need to talk about them. Wheeler sponsors us, and that's way cool because Cat, obviously tractors and big boy toys. So really like them. Those are really our two biggest sponsors.
Yeah, and they've got a place in Cedar City too, don't they? Wheeler Cat.
Yeah, they do. They also have one in Vernal, so pretty close to Rangeley. So they're all over the place. And honestly, they're a cool business. Ryan started using their hoses for steering.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, dude, they're better than any other place you can get, like Hose and Rubber and Evco, House of Hose and stuff like that. And they're cheaper too. So really cool stuff you don't think about, that big machine shops like that, machinery shops rather, are a resource. So
yeah, well, and that's what's super cool, with bringing everybody together, in this industry, is that everybody has a different background, and if we can learn something, and buy something from Wheeler Cat that it's cheaper and better, that's great information to be able to share, with everybody too.
Yeah,
so
for sure. And fluids too was another one. I think they were comparing the stuff they use to Swepco, which is obviously outrageously expensive. So always fun to find little tips and tricks like that you wouldn't think about from people that are in different fields. I agree.
It's even tougher now that the Pirate 4x4 days are gone. You got to go to, rockcrawler.com is the best information out there for that stuff now.
Shout out
Thanks
to
to Woody.
Yeah.
Yep. Woody also said that your buggy will get an antique plate by the time it gets built. So I don't want to shout out too much to Woody.
That hurts, Woody. But he's right. That's another quick topic for me, is people that make excuses, because obviously running events, you guys hear excuses from people why they're not coming out to the event, right? I don't even want to hear that stuff. People are like, hey, I'm not coming out because I'm doing this. It's like, cool, don't tell me. Just say you're not going to make it if you feel the need to tell me that in the first place. Yeah, I hate we just have a vacation scheduled that weekend. And I'm like, cool. And they're like, but next year. And I'm like, dude, don't with me right now. I'm the same way about my buggy build. I don't make excuses for it anymore.
Right.
It'll be there when I want to work on it,
Yeah. Well, you need to get the kids out there working on it now.
Yeah, that would be nice for sure.
Be some good bonding time. Learn a few new words and
yelling at them to hold the flashlight better.
Right. Yeah.
It's important.
Well, awesome. Well, you guys make sure that you, if you're anywhere near Delta, which is kind of in between Cedar City and Salt Lake, make sure you get out there. It's free to spectate. All kinds of classes, noon o'clock for tech. So just show up and have fun. Enjoy it. And thanks so much for putting that on. So
yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right. Well, we will catch up with you shortly in Reno, and we're looking forward to that one. It's going to be a good time.
I can't wait. I'm so pumped for the Reno event. It's going to be awesome. So just from everything I've seen over the years of stuff out of Reno, when you guys said Reno, I was like, yes, it's going to be so rad. So
yeah, it was super. It was super cool because I had never been out there, and it was awesome. So, all right, buddy. Good luck this weekend. Have a blast, and we will see you soon.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Real quick, I want to thank Maxxis Tires, Laser Nut Manufacturing, Cody Wagner providing all the trophies and everything that he does for us. Over the top amazing. Behemoth Drivetrain, Drive Shaft Specialists of San Antonio, Spider Tracks Off-Road, Carnage Welders, Crown Automotive, Axle Helmets, Tire Right, Metal Cloak, Brannick Motorsports, and Raceline Wheels. If you guys have the opportunity to support any of those companies, please let them know that you heard about them through WERock. But until next week, you guys be safe, have a great weekend, and we will see you back here next Wednesday.